Hello again. You're listening to great work about finding serenity and success, doing work that matters to you and to the world, with me, Adam Sandel. How's everyone doing? 5 minutes to revitalize your team by regularly asking one question. How are your colleagues doing? Do you know? I like to think that those working with me find me approachable and safe, and I try to take an interest in what's going on in people's lives, especially for anyone not seeming themselves. But important though all that is, it's not enough. We're not as good at reading people as we think we are. There's good evidence for that. We all miss stuff that matters. And that means there's a simple, regular habit you can adopt that will noticeably improve your team's spirit. Even solitary freelancers have teams. At appropriate meetings, my friend and colleague Christina gives everyone the opportunity at the start to say how they're doing, should they choose to. There's no pressure to say anything, but people reveal all sorts of things you and the rest of the team wouldn't otherwise have known. Stuff going on at home, work challenges, things on people's minds, achievements, worries, or Vorfreude, a wonderful German word meaning the pleasure of anticipating something. Doing it together means news, worries, and personal weather patterns are shared. It turns everyone's well-being into something that matters to the team. It becomes obvious why Esmeralda's been a bit prickly this week, why Frodo's so full of beans, and why Morticia has recently seemed out to lunch. You get to unburden too. Everyone's reminded that you care about each other, perhaps more than you'd appreciated. You all recalibrate how you're working together. Things get better. I'm a convert. I now see this as an essential regular habit for any healthy team. A few months ago, our little medical team seemed ground down. We gathered at the end of a working day and did a "how are you doing" round. These people are my friends as well as my colleagues, and yet, even in this close team, I discovered all sorts of things that were going on that I wasn't aware of. Some carrying burdens none of us knew about. Others enjoying work more than I'd appreciated. And there was such an outpouring of kindness between everyone, a manifestation of how much we value each other as colleagues, that our hearts lifted. The whole spirit of the team changed, and it lingered. The solutions I'm collecting to the problems people and teams often have in tough working lives are almost all habits. And this is one of those. Regularly, at the start of appropriate meetings, take 5 minutes to go around your team, supportively, giving everyone who's up for it the opportunity to say how they're doing. It's astonishing how much difference it makes. The next time there's a suitable opportunity, try it. Thanks so much to those who responded to my call in my last email and podcast to share how being an introvert or an extrovert affects your working life. I'll be writing more about this and talking more about it in these podcasts. If you haven't yet replied, I'd still love to hear from you. Meanwhile, calling all teachers, I'm doing some work on how the imposter phenomenon or imposter syndrome specifically affects teachers. Has it affected your relationships with students, with parents, with colleagues, or your feelings about those relationships? If you're willing to let me know your experience of this in confidence, I'd love to hear from you. Email me at adam@adamsandel.com, or if you're on Substack, comment there. Fiction recommendation. This one's pure science fiction fun. Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. Our geeky hero wakes with no memory on a vessel hurtling through space, and as his memories return, he realizes he's there to save Earth. It's a truly imaginative, thought-provoking story that delights in science. Not literary fiction, but every page is a pleasure. I've been mulling over some of its ideas ever since I read it. The audiobook's done well too. It's being made into a film, due out next year. I'm looking forward to seeing if that can be as smart as the book is. Speaking engagements. Could I help your team with serenity and success, doing work that matters? I do speaking engagements, team building, seminars, media and podcast interviews, and conference talks in person and anywhere in the world by webinar. It's something I love doing, and can I say this? I get great feedback. My blurb about this podcast and email list says not selling anything, and that's true. It's nice when people want to pay me for this stuff, but it's not the most important thing. I do it because I care about it, and each time I learn something. Interested? Email me at adam@adamsandel.com or contact me via my website at www.adamsandel.com. That's adamsandell.com. No commitment on your part. I'm happy to see if there's a way I can help your team or conference. Changes afoot at Great Work Towers. Since not long after I began Great Work, which was only August last year, and already around 1,500 readers and listeners, I've been publishing these emails and podcasts every 2 weeks. If you're going to do me the honour of allowing me into your inbox or podcast app, I'm determined that each one of these should give you something that you can use to make a meaningful difference to your working life and the good you can do with it. And I'm needing a bit more time to work on the book I'm writing about the same topic. For both of these reasons, I'm changing the publishing plan. The rigid schedule's out. Future podcasts may be fewer, but I hope even higher quality. I'll be pressing publish when I have something for you that I'm pretty sure you're going to find truly useful. And as ever, comments welcome. That's it for this time. If you're getting this via a podcast app or YouTube, do sign up for the email list at www.adamsandel.com. That way you'll get the podcasts emailed to you when they come out, embedded in an email you can read if you prefer. Sometimes there's a little more in the emails too, including links. If you know anyone else you think might find any of this useful, I'd love it if you were to share this and let them know how to sign up. It keeps me going with this little project. Thank you so much for listening.